whatever you're being taught, don't just assume you know it. Practice it. Do research on it. Explore it. I remember back then there used to be a friend of mine. We ran the academy together. Me, I used to be the guy like, okay, I just need to be in class. Whenever I'm in the class, whatever I've been taught, I always feel like I assimilated already, like I know it already. You know, the day the day I knew that charm wasn't working was the day I ran my first interview. You know, was a in fact I don't know how to describe that experience. I have to now go all the way back, picking up all the materials I had during the during the academic program. And I started reading all the material, all the training slide and everything, and I started practicing myself. And I even started even conducting interview for myself. Like I asked myself, what is software testing? I will answer. It was crazy then. And here we are today. So, like I said, self. Let me just put it in quotes. Self development is very important. Even the things you know and the things you don't know, just keep learning. Don't shy from learning. Like I said, go online, do research, ask questions, and if you remember, I always tell people, no question is stupid. There's always an answer for every question. It's gonna be either a yes or a no. So don't always shy, to ask questions. Even though it sounds stupid to you, ask, still ask, and get a response. So that's just the key. So right before we start today's class, I want to give us a project to work on. So this is to test um, our manual skills. You know, I've already taught you guys about manual testing. I've taught you guys about agile methodology. I've taught you guys how to create test case, method of writing test cases, and how to report bugs. So today I'm going to give us a project. So the project is going to be a group project. So I will assign. I don't. The guys online. I can only just see 12 people online. I mean 11 guys online. Where are the rest? Where are the rest?
They're not here yet.
Where is Toby? Toby is not here. Toby is not here. Who else? Eric is not here too as well. Okay. All right. So I will just work with the people I have around for now. So I'll be picking us randomly. I'll be picking us randomly in two groups to work on the project. So let me let me see if I can see the so it's actually a mobile application. A mobile application and okay. Okay. How many of us are using iPhone?
Yeah.
Uh, um, can I get a pen? Who has a pen? Thank you. So, Precious. Who else online?
Me, Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel. And who else? Anybody using an iPhone? All right. So I have Precious and who is An? I know An. Okay. So only just three people using iPhone here. Eh? Wow. Okay, right there. Right there. So let me just give you a brief about the application. So the application is just like there is an iPhone too. Why didn't you talk before? Upgrade your iOS. So six. Okay. So what's your name? Wale, right? Wale. So I have four people using iOS. So let me just give you a brief about the application. Are you guys with me? So it's just like the app is just like Uber and Bolt. So so most of us use this Bolt and Uber. Just same way it works. So the task I want to give us, um, the application has three rows. It has the admin role, which I'll be working on, and it has the driver role and the rider role. So some of us will be testing the rider role, and some of us will be testing the rider role. I mean the driver role too as well. So we are to write test cases on it. Then also we are to perform exploratory tests and functional tests on the application. So I've created the test case sheets for this task. So this is the test case sheet for the task. So you can see it's called Lagos Wide. So I will send us the APK and the iOS app. So for the iOS, currently now only the Rider app is available. So we'll be working simultaneously. Like I said, it's gonna be a group work. Yes, download it. So for those of us using iPhone, you can just go to your app store and quickly download the app. So the app is called Lagos Ride. So this is the app, or it's called Lagos Ride. I don't know why I'm not seeing it here, but it's on the app store. So if you search Lagos Ride on your app store, you should see the application. So download the application, and once you download the application, you're exploring the application. Remember, so Precious, Dolapo, Emmanuel, and Wale. So you guys will be working on the Rider app. Yeah, yes, Ride app. Yes, you'll be working on the Rider app.
I can't see the app here.
Pardon?
I can't see the app on Apple Store.
Go to use your iPhone and go to your app store, then search for Lagos Ride app. So four of you will be working on the iOS device. So this is the test case sheet. So you can see the Rider app. This is the Rider app test case sheet. So this is the tab. This is the tab, the Rider app for iOS. So here you write test cases for each futures. Please, can you mute your mic? You write test cases for each futures. So I don't know how you want to allocate it to each other. Maybe you guys will share it. You can sync up later and discuss how you want to go about it. Maybe create a WhatsApp group. Maybe we share the futures. Maybe somebody will work on the sign up, or somebody will work on the login. You know, just share the futures between yourselves. And like I said, the primary goal is to find bugs on the application. So here you will report. So at this tab here, which is the backlog, is this just for Precious and Dolapo and Emmanuel and Wale? So here you will report your bugs here. So if you encounter any bugs, if you have any suggestion, if you feel okay, something is not right about the application, you can come here and report. So as seen on the screen here, you can do an attached screenshot. I already taught us how to report bugs. So for this screenshot, you can use your screenshot, your mobile screenshot, to screen grab the bug you find and upload here. Then the issue type, if it's a bug, you select a bug. If it is suggestion, you select suggestion. Then the reporter, you input your name. You can skip this column. Then retest status. If it's a bug and it's been reported, you can just put in progress that you've reported the bug. And if you have to give a comment to it, you can give a comment. So then the mobile application you are testing. So if it is iOS or Android, you specify here. Then the role. If you are working on the Rider app, state is the Rider app or the driver app. And then, okay, you can ignore this guy. So this is the web, and ignore this guy. Let me just delete this column. Yeah, that would be all. If you have any question, you can ask me right now. So this is where you report your bugs. Any bugs you find, or any bugs you encounter while testing the application, please report here. Like I said, the primary goal is for you to find bugs on the application and um, break the application. You know, explore the application. So, like I said, it's just like Uber app. So you have to test, using the rider app and the driver app. So for the driver, maybe you need to order a ride. You can, if you have an Android phone, you can download the driver app on your Android device and test if you can request for a ride in a normal way. So think outside the box, explore the application. So For those of us using Android, how many of us using Android? So you want to join us? So for the Android, we have the driver application available and the rider application available. So I will create a WhatsApp group. You guys will create your own note. You guys working as a group. I've already grouped one group. That is the first group, group one, which is the rider app, iOS. So Precious, Dolapo, Emmanuel, Wale. You guys go and sort yourself. You can create another WhatsApp group and discuss how you run your tests. Then the second group, that is group two. So how many of us? What's your name? Eh? Coyote. Coyote. Where's Jibade?
I was in Android.
Jiba. Okpe.
Toin.
Oyin.
Peter.
Hitendra.
Okay. Um. Okay. Coyote, Jibade, Temi, Toyin. Um.
Hitendra.
Okay. Let me
Tajni.
have Kola. Okay, Kola. So you guys are already on site already. So you guys will sync together. So Kayode, Ajibade, Temi, Toyin, Kola. So
Hitendra
your
Tajni.
group will be working on the. Please mute your mic. So your group will be working on the. Okay, let me give you guys Rider app for Android. So so you guys are group two. So you'll be working on the Rider app. Rider app. So then group three. Group three.
Peter.
So group three will be. How many of us are using Android there? So Peter,
Hitendra Tajni.
who? Tajin.
Yep.
Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else is using an Android online?
Mariam, I'm also
Okay,
using Android.
okay, Mariam.
Aisha,
Who?
Aisha,
Okay, so you guys, I will give you a test data. The guys online, I'll give you a test data you will use to log in. No, no. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. Okay, so okay, yeah, yeah. You can give suggestion. Yes. So okay, guys online. So this tax will be just for the guys on site only. So you guys can ignore. So let me add Toby. So you guys, Toby.
David, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. You know, this screen your screen just popped up when you finish saying what you're saying. But I want to ask on the place of screenshots, we are meant to post the screenshot of the box we have there. Where are we meant to comment how they talk? Is it on the PM's approval slash comments?
Yeah,
Or
the screenshot here. You're supposed to give the screenshot here, upload the screenshot there. So let me please take notes. I will create a separate WhatsApp group for this project you're working on. So you'll be giving reports, whatever concern you have, you'll be giving it on the WhatsApp group I'll be creating for all the groups I've created. So whatever information will be passed across, on the new WhatsApp group I'll be creating, for those of us working on this project.
Okay, David, I'm asking on the Google Sheets you created. Is it on the comment/tickets we are meant to report the bugs, or are the PM's approval slash comments?
You have to report the bugs here. So once you encounter bug, take a screenshot, add the screenshot here, then follow the steps of report. So the issue type, if it's a bug, you label it a bug. Your name as the reporter. I said skip this. You don't have any business here. Then once it's been reported, put in progress here. Then if you have any comment to give, you can give a comment. So depending on the OS you're working on, if it says Android, click Android here and give it state that it's Android. And the row, if it's a driver row, place here is a driver row or rider row. Yes.
Okay.
What? Don't worry, I'll wait. What to do today? So we all know how to access element now. We all know how to access element. So how do you access element? Hmm? What? How do you access element? What? So so I said while working with Cypress, instead of you coming to the main UI, on your browser, you know, coming on your browser and instead of you coming on your browser and start inspecting elements from here. So it's always advisable, you inspect the element right from Cypress, the Cypress UI, because it generates CSS locator. So if I run this guy, so if I run this guy now, So this is a good way of you accessing elements, from the application you are using Cypress. Instead of you going to the main UI and start inspecting. So these guys generate CSS locator. So these are your access element locator. So if you click on this target button here, click on this target button here. Imagine maybe I need to inspect this my cat element, and I need it to and maybe I need to add it to my test. I can just click on this target guy here. So once I click on the guy, so it highlights all the elements present CSS locator present on this interface on this UI. As you not clicking.
I think you are running something.
So just click on this guy here, then it highlights all the elements here. Then you click on the element you want to inspect. So once you click on the element, so it shows you the CSS locator up here. Then all you just need to just do is just to copy and paste in your test here, and you do your cy dot whatever, maybe cy dot click or cy dot scroll, cy dot whatever you want to do on the elements. Then you add the you add the CSS locator, like add the CSS locator in here. Then and load it, and your test will run. So that is just the beauty of it. Very simple compared to Selenium. Drop down. So take note of this link. So take note of this link. So whatever you need there, wherever you're having issues with, you can always come here and get answers to whatever you're looking for. So cross browsing. Let me look for Cypress command. So you can see these are the documentation, from overview, installing, testing your app, the core concept, writing and organizing your tests. You guys listening?
Yes, sir.
Writing and organizing your tests, retrying ability, interacting with elements, variable and aliases, condition testing, the test runner. So you can always come here and explore. So we have different type of Cypress command. Cy.get, cy.click, cy.right click, cy.scroll, cy.first click. You know, anything you need to get here, you can always come here and explore. So they will be looking at Cucumber, using Cucumber for your continuous integration test. The Cucumber is a framework used for Cypress, used for testing in Cypress. So now you tell me you do not get it, and Dolapo, now you tell me you don't understand. How is it not working? To the internet. Only your system does not connect to the internet. So how to create BDD with BDD Cucumber test in Cypress. So like I said, Cucumber is a framework used in Cypress, for so it's a testing tool that supports behavior driven development. So it offers a ways of writing tests that anybody can understand, regardless of their technical knowledge. So in BDD, user users, which are the business analyst, product owner, first write test scenarios of or acceptance tests that describe the behavior of the system from customer perspective, for review and sign off by product owner before developer starts writing codes. So EDD framework is used, with different programming language. Speaking of Ruby programming language, Java, React, and etc. So EDD is just, is a form of way of, elaborating your tests. So let's say you want to write a test, for a future, maybe a login future. What do you need to do, before you can log in? So it's actually I think 3 or 4 steps. Why while writing BDD tests, to support your test. So it's okay, giving it's giving, then um what's the next to so it's just you describing this test scenario. So giving, then and so the giving is okay, giving, okay, maybe you need to log in on this application. What are the things you need to do? Giving, then you need to, add in your username, add in your password, and click on login. So you can see the steps. So giving a scenario of opening a search engine play. So you go to your browser, you open Google search, then you give the title of whatever you want to search, then you click on the search bar. So with these three steps, you've already, create the scenario, even to someone that doesn't even have an idea of what you're trying to say, like, okay, this is what you need to do before you can, perform this function. So as seen on the screen. So this is future. So the future is the main page of what you're working on, which is Google. So this is just like Google UI, Google graphical user interface, which is the main page, the search engine you are using, and you want to open the search engine, and the focus is, for you is focus is creating a scenario of, opening the search engine, then giving the state of Cucumber framework, giving then and saying, okay, you need to open the Google Google search page, then insert whatever you want to search, on the page, then the click function you need to perform, so you can search for whatever you're looking for. So Cucumber is a tool that supports, behavior driven development, and it's cool as Cucumber, like they say itself. So maybe we'll come back to that. Yes. So how BDD works in Cucumber? Maybe the network driver.
It's giving an error that an unauthorized network has inserted that we should remove it.
Uh,
That's why I asked that each form, maybe that shifted or something. What happens?
okay. So how BDD works in Cucumber automation. So consider you are assigned to create a fund transfer module in a networking banking application. There are multiple ways, to test in Cucumber testing framework. Number one, transfer funds should take place if there is enough balance. Are you guys listening? So
Yes.
given the scenarios,
Yes.
fund transfer should take place if there is enough balance, in your account. Then number two, fund should take place if the destination account is correct. So these are scenarios, created. Fund transfer should take place if transaction password or RSA code or security authentication, is entered by the user correctly. Then the fourth is fund transfer should take place even if the bank is on holiday. Then fund transfer should take place on future dates, set by the account holder. So these five scenarios I've listed, is tagged to transaction, on a banking app. So the scenarios are created, like I should be able to transfer funds from my account to another user's account. So far, I have minimum balance. I have minimum balance in my account. I should be able to transfer on public holiday to any destination of account I want to transfer to. I should be able to transfer from my mobile banking app to any other banking app. So far I entered my valid username and password. I should be able to transfer. I should be able to transfer, entering correct destination account details. Imagine I want to transfer to a GT account and I input the account number and I select Zenith. The money is either you get a response message, saying that okay, please invalid account details, like okay, you making sure that you are sending, the money you want to send, to the right account. And sometimes we do make mistakes, mixing up, account number and end up sending money to a wrong account. So these are just test scenarios, that become elaborate and complex as we consider as additional features, like speaking of transaction on and banking application. So to overcome this issue, BDD, has conceived, to make sure the entire testing process, is easy for developer to understand. So um, for example, number one scenario I created that says, given that fund, given that a fund transfer module is a net banking application has been developed and I'm accessing it with proper authentication, that is login. So what do I need to do? With this scenario, the scenario says, given that a fund transfer module in a net banking application, that means a banking application, is being developed and I'm accessing it with proper authentication. That means I am using the banking app with proper, authentication, which is using the valid credentials I use in signing up for the application. So that is the future given. So how do I execute this future? Number one, I shall number the next one, which is when I shall transfer with enough balance in my source account. That means I should have enough balance, to make transfer, from my account. Then the next one, the another scenario given when is I shall transfer on my bank account on public holiday. I should be able to transfer, like on the banking application, I should be able to schedule, on the calendar, okay, maybe at 31st, at end of the month, I should be able to initiate, a automated transfer mode on the application, maybe even without me, going on the app, transferring the money, manually. I can set on the banking application that okay, at every 31st of the month, send so amount, to this account number. I do it most times, sending money to my junior sister at end of the month, without me. Eh? Yeah, something like that, without you even going to the banking app, it just send itself. Or what you just get, on your phone is just debit alert, like okay, my oga, the thing where you tell me to do, I don't do am. so so that is why, those are features we test. So in fact, that is another scenario. Once a transaction is being initiated, I should get a notification, or a feedback notification, maybe an alert or a email, so that okay, so transaction is being done. So maybe maybe by chance you don't talk, say maybe sapa dey that month and you no wan send money and you don initiate, this automated transfer. So God, actually, it's actually still fixable, if you quickly call the bank and the person never withdraw the money, so they can just open payment and reverse the payment to your account. So Another one is giving when the transaction is done, is being done, the system should confirm the account details if it's correct, you know. Also confirm if the RSA code or whatever code you need to pass in, to initiate the transfer is correct. Then and that is then the another scenario, which is then is to make sure that okay, amount must be transferred and the event will be logged, um in the transaction history, of your transaction modules. So those are the scenarios. Then the advantage of Kumba is that it is helpful to involve business, to involve business owners, stakeholders, to easily understand how the application runs. And Cucumber testing tools is focused on the end user experience. You know this. So Cucumber test tools is focused on the end users. Majorly, it's just putting yourself in the place of an end user. Like, okay, as an end user, if I need to log in, I need to do this. If I need to sign out, I need to go to my profile, click on the drop down button, then click on sign out. So it makes it's advantage, it's user advantage, which is the end user. So it's also quick and easy to set up and execute. Cucumber testing tool is very efficient, for software testing too. So and then another research online shows that Cucumber versus Selenium, and Cucumber with Cypress actually has more rating, than Selenium. Speaking of easy to use software, and it is free. Also, Cucumber software is a behavioral driven development tool, which is it tells you how the system behave. Imagine maybe you need to perform an invalid login on an application. Given you need to perform invalid login on an application, what do you need to do? Enter the wrong credentials, and you should get response message saying that invalid credentials. Please enter correct email and password. Then the plugs in Cucumber works faster, like using Jenkins, using Mocha, using JavaScript plugin, using React.js script plugins. Different type of plugins is available on Cypress, for you to run your test. And Cucumber framework supports different programming language like Ruby, Java, Scala, Groovy, React.js, and etc. So majorly it supports almost all programming language. Then the writing automation steps are joint effort, with testers and developer. You know, Tester come up with a test scenario. Are you listening? Tester come up with a testing scenario. Like give give a rundown summary, of how a feature is meant to be executed on the project. And it's a testing tools that supports only web application. So it won't run on mobile because it doesn't support mobile testing. So that is just a uh, brief introduction and brief details about Cucumber. You can go online and read more about Cucumber framework as a tool. So what's happening? on our project. So we've did you create? Are you able to create a project? Did you join the class yesterday? What? You came late. I don't. My system. Is it the internet or it's fine? And then it's my system then. Maybe I need to restart my system. I haven't shut down in a while. Oh, sorry guys, please just hold on. My system is just acting up. Probably I might need to restart it because I haven't shut down in a while. We have three tests created. So we have the URL test for Conga, we have the valid login test for Conga, and forgot password. If my system handle like this. So. So we'll be using this existing test created. So just ignore the background voice. So these are the steps to create BDD test on Cypress. So number one, we install the plugin. We install the plugin by running npm install save Cypress Cucumber preprocessor. Then the step two, we need to configure Cypress, by adding a plugin, which is cypress/plugin/index.js. So,
Terminal.
oh,
Terminal.
which terminal? Which terminal? So by adding this plugin, to your adding this line, this command, to your plugin, that means inside your VS Code, the plugin folder. Then still on step two, then add support, for future file, to your Cypress configuration inside this folder, cypress.json. So you have to copy this command, this text file. So These listed commands are just dependencies for Cucumber tests. So as um as explained earlier, this feature file is it captures it captures the features you want to create while running your Cucumber test. So you have better understanding as we execute the test. Then the next step, which is step 3, is configuration. You make use of the Cosmic config to create configuration for the plugin. For example, by adding sections to your package.json, which is Cypress hyphen Cucumber preprocessor non-global step definition. So this will become the default option in your future version. And also we'll be looking at how to organize BDD step, test scripts, and scenarios, and how to organize tests. So we'll be creating feature file, which we will put our feature file in Cypress integration folder. For example, Cypress slash integration slash Google, dot future. Then you can see this is a given example on the screen, which says future, which is smart tagging. So as Cucumber's Cypress plugin, which handles the tag, I want to allow people to select, tests, to run in to run if focused, so they can more efficiently, have a shorter feedback loop. So creating the scenario, so this scenario should not run if at focus is on another scenario. So this is on focus scenario should not run. So at focus scenario, the scenario says focus, focus and should run. Then this focus scenario should run. Then the next line, which is as this tag affects nothing scenario. This scenario should also not run. Then this unfocused scenario should not run. Then another at focus, then which says scenario. This scenario is also focused and also should run. Then this focused scenario should run too as well. And there are certain steps and rules, while creating tests on BDD. Step 1 is to create a new file directly inside the integration folder, for your test scenario, e.g., like when you're creating your test. So in terms of Cucumber, when you're adding your test to integration folder, you have to create your test. For example, the URL test. Like you save with .js. So in terms of you creating your Cucumber test, you are saving it as .future because all your tests will be captured as futures. Do you understand? Do you understand? So like the test you created here. So the test you created here. So if you are creating for Cucumber, you are creating your test case, which is a URL test, and you are saving it as .future, not .js. So the reason why bin is because yes, under integration. The reason why bin is because um, Cypress is capturing all your test cases as features of the application, and for each feature, maybe for login, like I explained, Cypress, explain the behavioral driven of the application. What do you need to do, to log in? So it's giving a future already. Then what are the steps? So given you are to log in, so you need to enter, you know, let me show you an example. So this is a sample of the future. You can see the future says user login, which is login. So the the login says I want to log in as a user. So the scenario is login as a user. So given I need to navigate to the mobile app or to the web application. Then when I click on login button, I should enter email address, I should enter password, then click on login button. Then result should have access to the dashboard. So do you understand? So the second step says create a folder, name directly inside the integration folder, name the future, name the future test folder, e.g. user login. Then step 3, create a file called step definition inside the test folder, e.g. user login.spec.js. Then step 3, download Cucumber Jenkins language extension, to support your test script and color code. So this is the effect of jacking. So it structures your test and give it a color as seen on the screen. Then step 4, you can see test 4 on step 4, which says step 4 says navigate back the future file and start writing your test futures, which is AG. So this is how you write your test future, while writing your test. So firstly, you need to give the future. You type in the future, then this apostrophe mark. Then you enter your test scenario, which is user login, and the next one is you give the state, the scenario, um, the state saying I want to log in as a user. Then scenario is login as a user. Then given you navigate to the mobile app. Then when you click on the login button, there's supposed to be and here. When you click on the login button, then validate the page title. Then step 5 says navigate to the step definition folder. That means to add the dependent file by writing EG. So let's execute all these steps we've explained. So the first thing we need to do, we need to install this plugin. So I'm just going to copy this guy and paste in the chat section. So I've just pasted this guy for us. Copy, both on the chat section and the WhatsApp group. So if you come to your existing test, which is this. So come to your VS Code. So if you come to your VS Code, come to terminal and run that command. So I've just pasted in the command npm install save dev cypress cucumber processor. So I actually entered it twice.
npm.
So if I run this command, so it starts downloading this Cypress Cucumber preprocessor inside my project folder.
So after you run Cypress,
I have a question.
Yes.
When we have to use Cypress and when we have to use Postman.
Why?
When we have to use Cypress
Yes,
and when we
you are
have to
using
use Postman.
not Postman. We're not working on Postman. We are working on Cypress. Cypress with some VS Code. So if you go to your
Oh,
existing project on VS Code as seen on the screen, come to your terminal and paste in that command I shared with us.
I'm asking that when we are doing API testing, we have to use Postman, right?
Yes, if you are doing API testing, you use Postman. Yes,
Can
that's
we use
correct.
Cypress for API
You can't
testing?
use Cypress for API testing.
Sorry, can you please elaborate? How can we use Cypress for API testing?
You can't use Cypress for API testing.
Okay, okay. Actually, I came across to Cypress documentation. Over there, they have mentioned that we can do API testing. The official documentation of Cypress.
Documentation for Cypress is already on the group.
Sorry, what did you say?
It's on the group. It's on the group. It's been shared on the group. So,
Okay.
as seen on the screen, we have our Cypress Cucumber dependency installed already. So, if you click this download folder, where is it? I think it should be. Yeah. So for you to validate that Cypress preprocessor Cypress Cucumber preprocessor is installed, if you run that command, if you come to package.json, you should see this guy in here. So this is the dependency for Cypress preprocessor.
so after we run Cypress normal, that's when we can now download.
Don't get it mixed up. Cypress is used, to run your web automation test. So we've run our web automation test on Cypress, which is these guys we worked on. You can see forget password, URL test. We did it together now.
Yes, yeah, I understand.
So now I've explained what is Cucumber to us. Cucumber is just to integrate our test for CI/CD. That is continuous integration and continuous development. So what Cucumber does is that it gives a framework for our projects. That means for all the features of the project, we've worked on. Like, where is it? Okay. So like this guy. So like this. It has captured this login feature. You know, in the normal test we ran for this login, we just stated that okay, look for the experts, look for the CSS locator, click on the CSS locator, scroll, and whatever you need to, whatever step you need to execute the features. It's not giving, the steps, we need to follow, So this will help the developer and the stakeholder, to understand, okay, this is how this test is being executed. So if you want to perform login on the application now, it is already given the future login. That is the functionality called login. So scenarios, given that you want to log in as a user. So what are the steps? The steps is giving, when, and then. So these are the steps, while using Cucumber framework is always giving. So giving, I need to log in. I navigate to the mobile application, which is GT Bank. I click on login button. Then I pass in my valid email, and I pass in my password. Then I click on my login button. Right, voila. So I've stated the steps I need to do, to execute this login feature in my test, created, for this login. Do you get it?
It's just like a framework for developers to understand.
When you get to go and read about Cucumber framework, don't see we can stop. You already know Cypress automation. You can stop. If you don't want to, just pick up another lesson to. So let me bust your brain. It's just a framework. It's not a must, but as a tester, it's a must for you. Yes. So this is just to give you an idea of, how Cucumber framework. You should know how to set up Cucumber framework on the project. So don't give yourself a headache. All right. Since you know how to set up project with Cypress, Cucumber is a framework, just like TestNG. TestNG we use for Selenium. You understand? You get it? So it's just to give give the steps of how of how your test is being executed. So don't give yourself a headache.
Is that not Jenkins?
Jenkins. So what Jenkins does is to give structure, like if I haven't installed Jenkins, if I try to type in future, it's just going to be fights. Yes. So Jenkins is just like is just like a programming language too, as well, to structure your tests. Just like you're writing cy.get, yeah, exactly. So for you to validate, your Cypress Cucumber preprocessor is being installed, come to package.json, and you will see the dependency, downloaded. You can see the version is 4.3.0. So the next step is to configure Cypress. That means to add this command, to your plugin folder. So I will copy this guy. I'll copy this guy and paste in the chat section. So add to our plugin. So I've pasted it on the chat channel. So I've pasted it on the WhatsApp group too as well. So copy that guy, then come to your VS Code, come to your plugin, click on index.js. Click on index.js, come down here and paste. So once you paste, this is what it's going to look like. You can see constant cucumber required. So this is just saying that, okay, whenever you want to initiate your test, you should require this, you should pick this cucumber preprocessor from this package.json. So which is this? Is it paste?
Sorry, then where should we paste? Where should we paste the stuff you said we should copy?
Where is someone talking? Where is that? So I've now copied that and pasted in the plugin file.
Your voice is breaking, so we can't hear you correctly.
Copy the plugin, copy what I dropped just now and paste it in your plugin file. So the next step is to add this command to your future file. So I'm going to copy this guy again. I'm going to copy this test file. Drop it on the chat channel. Also paste it in WhatsApp channel. So copy that guy, come to your VS Code and paste it inside your Cypress.json file. So if you come to Cypress.json, which is this guy, so click on this guy here. So what you are copying, please, what you are copying is just the test file. So just copy out the test file future. So this is what I copied. So once you go to your Cypress.json file, it's going to look like this. So come between the curly braces brackets and click enter. Once you click on enter, it will show on your screen like this. Then you paste this guy in it, this test file.
Please, I have a question, please.
What's your question?
The module.export, is it inside inside the plugin, you should paste it also.
Are you not looking at my screen when I'm executing these steps?
Your stream is not going all right.
But others can view my screen now. Everybody else can view my screen and they are following me, or verbally. The
Yes,
first
I'm
step
following.
is to, pardon?
I'm following your steps.
All right. So the first step is to install the Cypress Cucumber preprocessor. I dropped command on the chat channel, which is npm install -save -dev. So go to your terminal, paste in that command, and click enter. It will install the Cypress dependency, Cucumber dependency, and for you to validate, come to your package.json file, which is this. So once you come to your package.json file, you will see this dev dependencies, which is Cypress Cucumber processor, and the version you're using to run your test. The second step is to pass in this second command I drop on the chat channel, which is constant cucumber requires Cypress cucumber processor. So copy the guy and paste in inside your cypress.json file, inside your package, or inside your. So paste that in your plugin. Come to your plugin, click on the index.js and paste the constant cucumber equals to required Cypress cucumber processor. So come to plugin, click on JSON or index.js, then paste in the command. So after then, come down here, copy the test file, which is this. Copy all this test file. Then come to your VS Code and paste in inside your Cypress.json. So once you click on Cypress.json, it's going to look something like this. Come in between the curly braces here, click enter, then come on the line 2 and paste. That is all what you need to do. Then the next step is to configure. So this says please make sure you use config to create configuration for your plugin. So for example, by adding this section package.json, by adding this section to your package.json. So copy this guy. If you follow all these steps I'm taking one by one, you shouldn't have a problem. So come back to your VS Code, come to package.json. Come to package.json. command here. I'm pasting. So copy this guy and copy this guy in your package.json. The guy I dropped in the chat section. This non-global step definition. So pasting it there. Cypress cucumber and then see. Yeah. Where?
Their dependencies and that stuff.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So did you just see what I did now? So you add once you paste in this guy here, this guy drop here. So add once you paste it in, add one curly braces below here. Then up here add a comma to it to correct your line of code. Yeah. So we've already set our cosmic config. So step 3 is already completed. So we've already performed cosmic configuration to create configuration file, to create configuration plugin. So let's go to the step 4. So now, how to organize our ability test script and scenarios. So let's go to our VS Code and install this plugin. So let's install this plugin. This guy here, Cucumber Jacking. So it's been installed on my VS Code already. So go to your VS Code, then install this plugin. So search jacking, Cucumber Jacking, and install the plugin. So once you're done, you let me know. You installed it yesterday. Have you installed it? You installed it. So have you guys online, have you all installed Jackins in your VS Code? So install Jackins in this project.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, David.
So you've installed it, right?
Yes, second.
Okay. So organizing your ability test script and scenario. So how to organize our test. So as seen on the screen, single feature file. Put the feature file in the Cypress integration folder. For example, name the feature file, name your feature file, which is your test, with dot feature. So it's just saying, come to your test here, and come to integration folder here. Then right click on the integration folder and create a new file. So you can call the new from the new file login dot picture. So I've just named the file login dot future. So once you name the file, you can see on the screen. So you can see on the screen user login, which is login I created there. So login.future, and if you come to the login.future, then you type in this command saying up here you get the future. So you can see this is the help of jacking we installed. Assuming jacking was not installed, you won't get this auto completion. You can see login.
Please, your screen is freezing.
Your screen is full.
What is wrong with the screen?
It's not moving.
Is it visible now?
It's visible, but it's frozen.
Is it fine now? Guys, can you view my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, it's visible.
Sorry, just a minute. The app of this is the app of jacking you installed. So this is the app of jacking you install. That is the plugin install. So you can say once you type in future and you click on enter. So it will give you this format, on how to write your test scripts, how to write your test script on VS Code. So I've seen here it says the future, which is login feature we are working on. So let's say login. Then the description, that is the feature description to which you have to give here. So you can give the feature says saying I want to log in. So I've just given the feature here. Then you come down here, and just write it and just scenario. You can see. So this is the work of jacking you've installed. So once you just type in any word or any line, so it gives the abbreviation. So if I just type S and it gave me the scenario. So once I click on scenario, then it tells me to give my scenario name. Then I can say scenario name is to log in as a user. Log in as a user. And click on enter. So giving my scenario ready, then I need to start giving my step. So I say giving. So if you do giving, so if you do giving, I giving I launch LU. LUNCH. I launch Conga URL. Given I launch Conga URL, and when I so once I launch the URL, so this is just you creating the steps, from your head. When you launch the URL and the URL launches, you can see the URL. Then I click on login button. I click on login. I click on login button. Then and then once I click on login button, so I need to do two things. I need to pass in my username and my password. So we are testing for login. So this test you have valid login. So you can name this your test valid login. Valid login. So I click on login button and and
Your screen is not moving.
I click
Now
on
it's moving. Now moving.
so once you click on and it gives you the and start typing your step your start to type your and step here. So the and step is for me to enter valid username, then and again and enter 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 valid password. Then click on login button. So I already analyzed my steps here, to perform the login feature. So imagine I need to um, do for invalid login. So I will just come here, click down there, and I just do invalid login. So this login feature has captured valid login and invalid login. So let's go back to our documentation. So you can see it's already been analyzed. So we've come to the integration file. We already created our future file, which we've already named as the future, as seen on VS Code,
Maybe
as
please,
seen
we
on
online.
VS Code.
Maybe please, we online are not actually following what you are doing on your screen because screen is just frozen and it's not.
This man moving. Manuel, what is it again now?
I said that we online are not actually following what you are doing because your screen is frozen and it's not moving.
Are we actually doing what?
Yeah, your screen
Please,
is
this guy.
screen, but we can't.
What?
It's frozen.
Oh, can you type your question in the chat channel? Just type your question. Type your question. Let's see. So, Tony, are you following?
I'm not. I'm
Are
having
you
the same
following
issue
step by step?
Emmanuel is having. We're all having that same issue.
Which issue? What issue is that?
Please check it.
Your screen is not moving. It's frozen.
My screen is frozen. Guys, communicate with me now.
Yes, it's frozen.
My screen is frozen.
Yes.
Okay, you know what, guys? Just refresh your network. So we've created a .future file which is login.future. Then we've already passed in the scenario, which is valid login and invalid login as seen on the screen. So have you done that?
Yeah, that is where we are when your screen gets full.
Okay, so do this now and let's continue. So, so we've already created the feature file and we've already given our Cucumber Cucumber hallelujah. So, so we've already given the scenario and we've already given the Cucumber steps. So let's see what next. So the next step is to how to organize all the tests. So we've already followed the rules. We've already created a new file directly inside the integration folder for the test scenario, saving the file as .future. So we've already created the file. We've created we've created a folder directly inside the integration folder name future test folder user login. Then we've also created a new file called definition inside the test folder, which is okay. We need to create a new file and name the file spec.js. Then we've also downloaded checking language extension, to support our tests. So I think it will be a wrap up for today. It's already 1 o'clock. So so tomorrow, tomorrow we will run our test. So if you have any questions, can give it out. So is there any question? So we'll continue from there tomorrow.
Yeah, please, can you go back to your VS code? The login feature.
Can you do what?
Can you go back to the VS code? The login feature.
So any question?
This give us. I can't find the.
Have you upgraded your iPhone?
Yes, up to this.
Okay, it's fine now. Thank you. So, David, so my question is that so Cucumber is all about you stating the steps which you use to produce the steps you use to test for a particular feature, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And please, can we get this documentation on the WhatsApp?
See you tomorrow at the same time. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Okay, yes, before you go, hello guys.
Yes, I would say.
Yeah, so before you go on all the on all the social media channel and like the post for yesterday and on Monday. So let's quickly do that. Then we can call it a day.
Oh, we didn't hear you well.
Please let all of us go on social media and do as the Instagram, Facebook, and like the post for yesterday and on Monday.
I have.
Okay, if you haven't, please let's quickly do that. Rimsha, are you still with us? Tiveri, Saud, Tadni, Toyin,
Yes,
please
please.
let's quickly do that.
Yeah, I'm the one that said I have. Going.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's try and download it again. So guys, see you tomorrow, same time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And